Look out for some dirt on the road in the braking zone into a left-hander.
Going nowhere. Petrolheads for life, man.
Hey guys, welcome to my video on the Petrolhead Tours Spanish Safari 2021. The past 15 months have been really difficult in terms of travel restrictions and have stopped us going on these amazing European road trips. Thankfully, Petrolhead Tours timed this trip very well, although we're still going to have to quarantine once we get back to the UK. I'm currently standing in the car park of one of my absolute favourite hotels in Spain, and it's day 4 of the trip. But before you get to see this hotel, we're going to rewind to the morning of day 1 when we're rolling out of our hotel in Pamplona. And I'll join you here in a few days' time when you'll get to see this hotel in all its glory from my drone. I hope you enjoy this video.
So that's roughly what we're doing for the next 8 days, that loop of Spain. This is not a race or a rally. There is no competitive element. So if it's a 50k limit, 50k is the absolute max. We'd rather be going slower because all these cars look and sound fast, so at least then they smile and wave and they realise that we're going slowly. And then when we get to the end of the village and there's the nice national speed limit sign, we change down and disappear. Nobody's too upset by it.
Hey guys, you join me on day 1 of the Petrolhead Tours in Spain. We've had a fairly relaxing and chilled morning and then had a lovely lunch at a tapas restaurant that I've actually eaten at before on a Petrolhead Tours. We've got a lovely group of cars in front of us, actually led by Super Gav and his super loud and super fast 812 super fast. Behind that we've got a Golf R Z4M, a lovely Long Beach blue M2 Competition, and actually behind me I've got Dan in his M2 Competition and a couple of Porsches. It's been an epic start to the trip. We're all just getting up to speed, getting in the groove of it and just enjoying the beautiful Spanish roads, Spanish people, Spanish food. It's just been really, really cool so far. So I hope you're going to enjoy this 10 days or so of the Petrolhead Tours. I'm going to bring you snippets along the way, and hopefully you guys and girls will get to enjoy some of the amazing scenery and roads that we experience. Until the next clip, I'll speak to you soon. Okay guys, you joined me about half an hour out from the hotel. It's been an epic afternoon. We're currently on Team Dan. We've got Junkie in his Cayman GTS. We've got Stuart in front in his 600 LT, and we've got my good friend Tom behind in his green Hurricane Evo. You recognise that car from previous tours. And this little bit of road is what we've been going along for probably about the last hour and a half. It's just been epic, it really has. Really, really cool. And I have to say that 600 LT is just the way it turns and the way it goes in a straight line. It's unbelievable. But there are advantages of running something like the M3. Firstly, Lou and I are here. Secondly, we have literally the kitchen sink in the boot and in the back seats. In fact, I actually have a whole spare wheel, a front wheel, with a spare tyre on it in the boot as well. And obviously all of my camera gear. But the biggest advantage of running a car like this on a tour is the fact that it's actually got decent ground clearance. And although the Spanish roads tend to be pretty good, this particular road is very bumpy, and a lot of the faster stuff tend to bottom out off stuff like that. As I say that, I think I'm getting a tiny bit of tyre rub. I've heard it a couple of times today, but thankfully I'm not bottoming my sump or anything fundamental on the bottom of the car. I mean, life just doesn't get much better, does it? Especially when you've got your other half next to you. Yeah, good times.
Day 2. Our first proper day. Ignore that yesterday also says our first proper day. So 465 kilometres today. The first thing we're going to do is coast down the mountain to the fuel stop.
or push or
Since
tow.
most of us are on fumes anyway. When you arrive at the petrol station, you'll see it's on your left. So effectively you drive past it, turn in, and the first pump you turn into is the one with the super.
Several times over the next several days. What we're about to do is one of the best roads in Spain.
Okay guys, welcome to day 2 of the Petrolhead Tours in Spain. Stayed in an unbelievable hotel last night at the foot or the base of these amazing mountains. The weather hasn't been great, to be fair, but thankfully today, this morning, it's a little bit drier. The road is wet in patches, as you might be able to see, and I'm currently following Mr. Pete for the first time on the tour. So yeah, very excited about that, as you can imagine.
Matching slides.
join us just arriving at the hotel. Wow, what a day. We've been on the road just over 9 hours and done, well, very close to 500 kilometers in some, well, I think mixed weather is an understatement. It has been 15 seasons in one day. But this hotel that we're staying at tonight is really rather special, and I hope I can get the drone up to show you some shots. I actually stayed here 2 years ago with Patrick on the Petrolhead Tours. It's absolutely stunning. I've been really getting to know and enjoy this car. It has taken me a couple of days to sort of get under its skin because it's very different to the M2 in that respect, but it's been keeping up with the pack. And in fact, well, we've got Stu in his 600 LT right up front, and then we've got Andy in his Boxster 981 GTS, which is just beautiful. It's a really nice spec, sports exhaust and the carbon buckets. So yeah, that's Dan on the right there, who's one of the tour managers, and he's just directing us into this car park. Off memory, it's a little bit tight, so it's a good time to turn the cameras off. I will see you tomorrow, day 3 of the Petrolhead Tours.
Day three, Joe.
Thank you, mate.
Right?
Yeah, I picked one more time.
Day 3?
Perfect, yeah, great.
Day 3.
What day is it?
2.
2. No, 1. No, I don't know. Tuesday.
It's Wednesday anyway.
Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday? Is it really
Tuesday?
Day 3, 502 kilometres. Is it really? Wow. Okay. We're starting from here. Oh, we're going south. And we're going to there. And we're taking a little corner of Portugal with us on the way past, and ending up right next to the Portuguese border.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 3 of the Petrolhead Tours. It's been epic so far. We've been on the road about an hour, and we've had roads like this basically since we left the hotel. It's just been epic. And the sun has actually decided to come out today, which is always a bonus, especially when you're in Spain. You might notice I haven't got Lou next to me this morning. She's actually riding up front with Pete, who is 3 cars ahead. If you ever come on a Petrolhead Tours, and if you're a passenger, you've got to take the opportunity to jump in front with Pete, because it's something else watching him drive, watching him call out radio calls, and Dan as well, of course. He's just so calm and does it all with a pinch of salt. Oh, this is just the dream. We're on our way to, well, what Pete calls Dusty Mountain. Might not be so dusty today because, as you can see, the road's still very damp from the past couple of days' rain, but let's see what it's like when we get there. This is just the dream. Oh, yes. I'll check in a little bit later. good 4 or 5 hours later. We've only got 100 kilometers left of our 500 kilometer day, and I'm driving along a beautiful dam near the border of Portugal. In fact, we crossed over into Portugal, and the minute we crossed over into Portugal, it was torrential rain, the heaviest rain I've seen in a long time. We actually all had to come to a near halt because you couldn't see, and anyone on Cup 2s or Trofeo Rs were suffering, as you can imagine, because of all this standing water. But now we're back into Spain. Well, it's lovely and sunny. Let's hope the weather stays like this for the rest of the trip, which I think it will for the next few days anyway. Tonight we're staying at probably my favourite hotel on this trip. It's a fort. I stayed there 2 years ago when I had Patrick as my passenger. Oh, talking of passengers, Lou is back in the passenger seat after a very enjoyable morning with Pete in his car. And yeah, so really looking forward to spending, in fact, 2 nights at this fort. Tomorrow we're going to venture out into Portugal for the day, to Portugal's highest road, and that particular route is actually care of Henry Catchpole, Car Fiction Films. He took the Alpine A110S up there, and ever since he published that video, Pete has kind of included that particular road on the Spanish safari trip. I'll leave you with some drone shots of the fort that we're staying at tonight, and I will join you in the morning on day 4 of the Petrolhead Tours.
Action!
Morning,
everyone! Day 4.
I was going to say that.
Apparently it's Wednesday. So today we're going to Portugal, which is not very far away, but we're going quite a long way into Portugal because it's worth it. Because I'm worth it. We're going to the highest point in mainland Portugal, right to the top of the mountain. We'll have lunch up there, we'll have a fuel stop on the way there, and then we'll end up back here tonight. Realistically, we're probably looking at about between 5 and 6 hours of driving today, so plus the lunch stop up there, so I would imagine we'll be back here for about 4 o'clock-ish.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Petrolhead Tours Spanish Safari Day 4. I hope you enjoyed the drone shots from our amazing hotel / fort last night. In fact, we're lucky enough to stay there tonight as well. Today we've hopped over into Portugal, which is literally a few hundred meters away from the hotel, and we're heading up that amazing road that I told you about yesterday that Henry Catchpole took the A110S up. We're not on that road yet, but we're heading across to it. I believe it's the highest road in Portugal. But the roads so far today, we've done about 100 kilometers on roads similar to this, are just epic, unbelievable. Very similar to Spain, but the actual surface of the road is even better quality, I'd have to say. So yeah, yet more absolute driving perfection. So we got Pete out front, being followed by Sean in his gorgeous 997.2 GT3. We then got Alex in his unbelievable 997.2 GT3 RS, and then we have Stuart in his 600 LT. So some serious car porn up front, but The M3 is dealing with it all very well, and Lou and I are sitting in here in air-conditioned relative comfort. So I will join you a bit further up the pass and hopefully bring you some amazing views from up the top of this incredible road. Cheers. Hopefully you enjoyed that little snippet of driving up to the highest point. Then we all parked up and had a lovely lunch up there. Of course, as luck would have it, a big cloud came in, but the second we were down below that very highest tip, well, look at it here now. It's just stunning. I followed a few of the cars down with my drone along this very section, and wow, it just looks absolutely incredible. We've got reservoirs and all sorts, roads going off in all directions, and in fact Lou and I stopped in a corner up there and we listened to the cars, the Lambo, the Ferrari, the loud ones, the R8. We listened to them in the valley going for no word of a lie, 20 odd minutes. You could just hear them going off and off and off, and that's because you can basically see the road for absolutely miles and miles. So let's get past this camper van and enjoy a bit of the road that we've just been listening to up there.